Hi guys, welcome to today's class, and for the focus of today's class we'll be looking at brand messaging. Now the main focus is on our brand story generation and our unique value proposition. Before we move into how this is done, let's first understand what a unique value proposition is all about. A unique value proposition, I like to liken it a unique value proposition, I like to liken it to a unique selling point. That is what makes you different, right? So a unique value proposition is a clear statement that explains the benefit of your product, how it solves customer problem, and why it is different from your competitors. For example, Indomie, right? Of course, a lot of us like to eat Indomie. Okay, we know that, when it comes to eating Indomie, there are different things Indomie is saying. I think one of their tagline is taste like no other. I'm not so sure, but we can always check online for that. But what makes Indomie different? What makes it different from other particular products, right? We have Supreme Indomie, we have different type of Indomie. So what makes Indomie different? Like maybe Indomie tables or whichever kind of Indomie it is. What makes them different from other type of Indomie, if you understand what I mean? So I know they have different kind of flavors. They have, when you eat Indomie, it's get ready within 5 minutes, and so on and so forth. These are their unique value proposition. These are their unique selling point. These are things that make them different from other competitors, right? So your unique value proposition explains why your product is very important, how your product is solving your customer problem, and why it is different from your competitors. Now, when it comes to your unique value proposition, there are three things that are very important. Number one is your relevance. You need to be able to explain how your product is solving your customer's problem, or how it is helping their situation, right? What benefit do they stand to gain when they consume your product? For the purpose of this relevance, I will use Coke as an example. Imagine you are coming from work and you are so stressed and tired. The first thing you can think about is, let me just say, a very cold drink. And the first thing that comes to your mind is Coke. Now, how do you feel after taking this Coke, right? That is where your quantified value comes into play. That is where the benefits come into play. What benefit do you derive after taking the Coke, right? So you also, when it comes to your unique value proposition, relevance is very important. Your quantified value is very important. What specific benefits are you offering people that make use of your product or your services? Then differentiation. Why should they buy from you? Why should they buy from you? Why should they buy from you? Like I mentioned again, why should they buy from you and not from your competitors? The truth is, you're not the only person doing the business that you're doing. So why should they trust you above somebody else? Why should they patronize you above somebody else? Right? So these are three things that are very important that you need to identify when it comes to your unique value proposition. And like I used to say again, your unique value proposition is more like your elevator pitch. When you have an investor and the person is telling you, okay, tell me about your business, within 30 seconds you should be able to tell them that, okay, this is what your business is all about, this is the problem you are solving, this is the benefit they stand to gain when they patronize your product, and so on and so forth, right? Next, we'll be looking at is, where should you use your unique value proposition? Where should you use your unique value proposition? Number one is your own page headline and sub headlines. For example, when you go to my website, Celebrand website, the first thing you'll see is right solution for your business growth. This is our tagline. You will see it anywhere. This is our unique value proposition. You see it anywhere. If you go to my page, my social media bios, you will see it there. Right solution for your business growth. This is what we do, right? This is how we are helping people solve the problem. So your unique value proposition should be on your own page. It should be on your headline. It should be on your landing page, so that when people are visiting your website, when they are visiting your page, they know that, okay, this is exactly what you do. This is exactly the solution that you are providing, right? So that is where your unique value proposition should be. Like I said, your own page headline and subheading, your product and category pages, your landing page for marketing campaigns, your email subject line, and your social media bios. Moving on, we'll be looking at what makes a good value proposition. Number one is clarity. It must be very easy for you to understand, not just you alone. If somebody else is reading your unique value proposition, they should be able to, at a glance, they should be able to pick what your business is all about, right? They should be able to understand, okay, this is what you are trying to communicate across to them, right? So your unique value proposition must be clear and it must be easy to understand. Number 2 is that it communicates the concrete result a customer will get from purchasing and using your product or your services. Now, when it comes to the concrete results, this is talking about the aftermath, right? The post experience. How do they feel after using your product? How do they feel after purchasing your product? What joy do they derive after purchasing your product? What is your customer service like? What is your experience like? What is their experience like after patronizing your product or your services? Your value proposition should be able to communicate that, right? Then your value proposition also communicates how your business is different or better than your competitors. Okay, so we have a lot of real estate company in Nigeria. Why should I patronize you? Why should I not patronize the other real estate company? Your unique value proposition should be able to address, okay, this is what makes you different. This is how you are helping them to solve the fear of maybe fraud, or maybe helping them solve the fear of scam, or maybe helping them solve the problem of lack of trust, and so on and so forth, right? So what makes your product or your services different from that of your competitors, right? So let's also note that. Then number 4 is that a good value proposition avoid hypes. So you are not saying hypes like your product is like the amazing miracle products. If they use your product, they will never remain the same again, or their life will never remain the same again. So you also have to try and avoid all this business jargon, right? Of course, we understand that your business provides, there's a particular service people encounter when they get to use your product or your services, but you also have to ensure that you are not will I say overselling yourself, if you understand what I mean. But ensure that your value proposition rightly communicates the benefits they stand to gain when they use your products. That's the most important thing. Then lastly, your value proposition must be read and understood in about 5 to 30 seconds. Remember, I mentioned that your value proposition is more like your elevator pitch, right? People should be able to understand what your business is all about within 5 to 30 seconds. You don't have to now start saying this and that, that. They should be able to understand, okay, this is what they get when they patronize your products. This is what they get when they patronize your services. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Moving on, we'll be looking at brand story generation. Now, your brand story generation is the process of creating a clear, relatable narrative that explains who your brand is, why it exists, and how it helps people. In short terms, how do your brand help people? This is where your brand story generation come into play. Now, your brand story generation answers the following question. Why did you start? Who do you help? What problem are you solving? And why should people believe in you? I will repeat that. Why did you start? Who do you help? What problem are you solving? And why should people believe you? These are the questions that your brand story generation should be answering. Moving on, we'll talk about the key elements of a strong brand story. Now, remember I said your brand story should answer why did you start. Now, the key element of a strong brand story, number 1 is the beginning. Why did you start? What inspires the business? What brought about the business that you decided to do? What problem did you notice? How are you solving the gap, right? Then number 2 is the problem. Like I mentioned, what challenges are your audience facing? If you go back now, you will see, who do you help? What problem are you solving? Right? So what problem are you solving? What challenges are your audience facing? Remember when I used the real estate as an example, I said people might not want to buy land because of scam, because of confusion, lack of trust, and so on and so forth. So what problem are your audience facing, and how are you helping them solve this problem? Number 3 is where your solution come into play. How is your brand solving this problem? Number 4 is your transformation. What changes? Remember when I was talking about how do people feel after using your products? It's just like how I used Coke as an example. How do you take after taking a very chilled Coke, after you're coming from very hot sun? Imagine you're coming from a very hot sun and you take Coke. How do you feel after taking that Coke? Right? That's like that's like the changes that you feel after taking the Coke. Do you understand? What feels different? Do you understand? Those are the transformation. So what changes for you? What changes for your customer? Sorry, not you. What changes for your customer after patronizing your products? What do they feel after using your product or your services? How do they feel? right? That is where the transformation come into play. Then the vision, what you stand for for long term. Okay, so why should people continue to patronize you, right? It's not just about the now, it's about the future, right? So why should they keep patronizing you? Your brand story is very important to actually drive this narrative, right? Why should they keep patronizing you? Where is your business going to in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Why should they stand with you in the long term? Do you understand what I'm saying? So for the purpose of this, these are the tools that you can use to create your brand story generation and your unique value proposition. Your Copy.ai, your Jasper AI, and your ChatGPT. Now, for the purpose of this class, this is what we will do. So it's going to be an assignment, right? For the assignment, I would want us to, for the brand story generation, I want us to answer the following question. Why did you start? Who do you help? What problem are you solving? And why should people believe in you? Now, when you are able to answer the answer that you are able to generate from this is what you are going to use to create your brand story, right? So when you get the answers from this, that is what you use to create your brand story. Now, also for your unique value proposition, I want us to also answer these 3 questions. So how is your product solving customers' problem, or how is it improving their solution? How is it helping their solution? What specific benefits are you providing? Then what makes you different, right? When you know these things, you can be able to go on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, okay, using this, you state out what your product is all about, put the name of your business there, how you are solving customer problem, your benefits that you are offering, and why your customer should buy from you. Put it there and say, okay, using this generates a unique value proposition for the name of your business. You put the name of your business there. Tell it to give you, and you can also put in your brand tone. Okay, so how do you want your unique value proposition to be? Calm, friendly, professional, natural. Just put it there, right? Your prompt is also important in order for you to be able to generate what you want to see, right? So I'll be expecting our unique value proposition and our brand story generation. Let's all go to ChatGPT, and before we go to ChatGPT, like I said, let us answer these questions. What problem is your product solving? What specific benefit are you offering? And why should customer buy from you? That is for your unique value proposition. Then for your brand story generation, you are answering why did you start? Who did you help? What problem are you solving? And why should people believe in you? I hope you learned something from today's class, and I'll be looking forward to seeing your brand story generation and your unique value proposition. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.